Rory Story.
The story is set in the town of Lawless, Illinois during Prohibition in 1928, where brewed liquor dominates the black market thanks for the Italian mafia. Angelo Laguzza, a young man whose family was murdered in a mafia dispute, seeks revenge against the Vanetti family, particularly its don, Vincent Vanetti. After 7 years in hiding following the night of the murder, Angelo receives an anonymous letter from a friend of his father's, prompting him to return to Lawless and exact his revenge. Under the name of Avelio Bruno, he begins to infiltrate the Vanetti family by slowly befriending the Don's son, Nero. However, in this dramatic 91-day story, revenge breeds revenge, and killing may yield drastic consequences. How will Angelo Laguzza and Nero Vanetti fare in this tragic harvest field that they have only begun to? Tito Klein is a former slave who now attends the Habsburg Empire's military academy due to his ability to use Xiphon, a type of supernatural power. The ability is rare and thus highly prized. Tito is an amnesiac who frequently has frightening dreams. The night before the graduation exam, Tito and his only friend, Mikage, vow they will never abandon each other. The next day, Tito overhears people talking about him. Stopping to listen, he suddenly realizes that the speaker, Chief of Staff Iron Army, is the person who killed the familiar man in his dreams, his father, the king of the destroyed Rags Kingdom. Tito is caught eavesdropping and tries to attack Iron Army but is quickly brought down by one of his subordinates and sent to prison. Mikage comes to help him escape, only to find that Tito has managed to fight past the guards by himself. The two flee the building but are cornered on a balcony. Tito pretends to hold Mikage hostage, then makes his escape, though he is wounded by a Xiphon blast that Iron Army directs at him. 3 bishops in the nearby 7th district discover the injured Tito and take him to a nearby church to recuperate, where he is protected because of the 7th district's law of sanctuary. In due time, it is discovered that Tito carries the Eye of Michael, a powerful talisman for which his home country was destroyed. This fact, as well as a fateful reunion, catapults Tito into a quest for revenge against the Habsburg Empire and for knowledge about his past. At the same time, his status as the bearer of the Eye of Michael throws him into the long-standing conflict between the evil Valoran and his enemies, the 07 Ghosts. In 2035, a biological research project to create an artificial and intelligent cellular organism AICO, went awry, resulting in an incident called the Burst, which transformed Kuro Gorge into a quarantine area infested by a rampant growth of synthetic organisms called matter. 2 years later, high school student Aiko Takibana finds that she may be the duplicate of a girl trapped within the matter whose family disappeared in the burst. An enigmatic fellow student Yuya Kanzuki offers to solve the mystery by taking her with a group of professional divers to the primary point, which was the center of the burst. Ajin, Demi-Human presents the story of a student named Kei Nagai, Nagai Kei, who discovers he is an Ajin, when he is fatally wounded in a traffic accident. In the world of Ajin, a small number of humans, termed Ajin, possess extreme regenerative abilities that trigger upon death or mortal injury, allowing them to completely recover from their wounds in a matter of seconds to such an exceptional extent that not only can missing limbs be restored, but Ajin can fully regenerate after being turned into literal meat patties. Additionally, Ajin can create black ghosts, which are highly dangerous combat-oriented entities that are invisible to normal humans and only visible to other Ajin. Black ghosts are resistant to physical injury and exhibit extraordinary physical strength, and have razor-sharp teeth and claws. Different black ghosts have varying degrees of intelligence. For example, most black ghosts are completely reliant on their Ajin for directions, and others, such as that of Peas, are more independent and likely to engage in self-initiated actions. Consequently, Ajin are considered dangerous and inhuman by the public, and most are captured by governments. On paper, governments claim to protect Ajin, but in reality, most governments use them as subjects for cruel and inhumane experiments, as their abilities to completely recover from fatal wounds provides an unlimited source of organs and bodies in dangerous tests, such as live fire weapons testing. As a result, Ajin that have escaped from government custody, such as Satu, the main antagonist, are bent on exacting revenge from governments, with the exception of Kei, who wants no part in the emerging Ajin-human conflict. However, in an agreement with Japanese governmental agents, Kei agrees to fight against Satu in exchange for his freedom from government experimentation. Since losing his sister 7 years ago, Kakeru Satsuki has led a vacant life. He has only been able to return to normal with help from his childhood friend, Yuka Minaze, and other friends at school. Then one day the sky turns red, the moon turns black, everyone around Kakeru and Yuka disappears and monsters start roaming the streets. This virtual world is nicknamed Red Night by the pair. After several more incidents, they find 4 other humans affected by this mysterious phenomenon: Misazu Kusakabe, a red-haired Onmuji swordswoman; Kukuri Takibana, a strange mute girl who resembles Kakeru's deceased sister in both looks and name; Yukiko Hirohara, a lively young girl who takes on the personality of a cold killer when her glasses are removed; and Takahisa Tajima, a young pyrokineticist with a heated attitude to boot. Kakeru wants to protect Yuka in return for her constant support and kindness, but is unable to awaken his own hidden power, which Misazu promises will eventually appear. The 6 of them band together to survive with the special powers, but are soon targeted by grotesque creatures nicknamed Black Knights, whose ultimate goal is to kill them. The plot thickens when the teenagers find a girl named Lisette trapped in a red crystal guarded by the Black Knights, who begs them to save her from this prison. What is the mystery behind this mysterious phenomenon of Red Night? Who are the Black Knights, and how are they connected to Lisette? Furthermore, is Kukuri's resemblance to Kakeru's dead sister really coincidence? What about Yuka and Kakeru's powers?